What's going on, Jerome's? So over the last 6 years, the Minnesota Vikings and Kirk Cousins had some decent moments. It was real. It was fun. It wasn't real fun. But in the offseason, Kirk took the money and ran, Steve Miller style. Went down to Hotlanta, 4-year, $180 million with $100 million guaranteed, becoming the tin pot Waffle House dictator. Smothered, covered, scattered. It's delicious, man. And then the Falcons drafted Michael Penix Jr. It's great, man. But at Kurt's introductory press conference, a lot of eyebrows were raised because Kurt essentially admitted to tampering during his free agency process with the Atlanta Falcons, where, again, it was a little convenient where a guy coming off a major medical issue, all of a sudden that contract gets agreed to 86 minutes into legal tampering. Also, Kyle Pitts recruiting Kirk Cousins, as well as you could say that Kirk Cousins recruiting Darnell Mooney, sure, ancillary stuff. But the smoking gun was Kirk admitting to meeting, or at minimum talking to support staff like head athletic trainers, public relations teams, whatever. Now, during the legal tampering period, agents can contact teams. Individual players cannot contact any member of a potential team that he's going to sign for, right? So it does connect the dots of thinking, okay, they got this massive contract done so quickly because the athletic trainer potentially met with Kirk Cousins, was able to check out that Achilles, maybe even have a small workout just to see what was going on there, sign off on it, and good to go, right? So that's what's logical. And if that was true, that is nuclear tampering. And there's some things and stuff that was going to happen. Now, a lot of people thought, myself included, that they would get something done, resolved for the draft, and maybe the Vikings may be entitled to financial compensation. But then it was just like, no punishment as of yet. And you were thinking that the fix was in. They're like, okay, the draft's going to happen, then everyone's going to forget about everything, and then we'll just sweep this under the rug. And we didn't think that we had a snowball's chance in hell because the Falcons CEO, Rich McKay, is the head of the NFL Competition Committee. So you think that, okay, the punishment is going to, don't do that again. So bad. So bad. Long story longer. Adam Schefter this morning, a resolution in the alleged free agent tampering cases of the Atlanta Falcons and Philadelphia Eagles is likely to come this week, per league sources. Now, the Eagles with Saquon coming from the Giants, like, don't care. But blah, blah, blah. Resolution, blah, 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 blah. The Falcons have been investigated for the contact they may or may not have had with then free agent quarterback Kirk Cousins before he signed with Atlanta. Well, either the illegal tampering contact happened or Kurt's a liar. Which one do I think is more likely? The Eagles have been investigated, blah, 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 blah. One league source indicated that the Falcons' alleged transgressions are considered more significant, and the discipline is expected to be more severe for Atlanta. In the past, the league has taken tampering seriously and disciplined teams accordingly. The Dolphins forfeited their 2023 first-round pick and 2024 third-round selection for tampering with quarterback Tom Brady and coach stupid-ass Sean Payton on 3 occasions from 2019-2022. Team over Stephen Ross, blah, 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 blah. The Kansas City Chiefs forfeited their 2016 third-round pick and 2017 sixth-round pick for tampering with mid-wide receiver Jeremy Maclin in 2015. The Chiefs were also fined, blah, 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 blah. And then you get to like a recent example. So the Cardinals were docked draft picks when they were tampering with then Eagles defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon for the Cardinals head coaching spot. So there was a draft pick swaps there. So there was some precedent. Now, I'm certainly not holding out hope that the Vikings will just magically get some draft compensation from the Falcons, because that was some of the talk during the draft. So like, okay, the Vikings were at 11-23, the Falcons were at 8. Maybe they swap out 8 for 11. I don't know, man. But since the Vikings do only currently have 4 draft picks, they're projected to have a future third, which is great, but they have a 1, 2 5s, and a 7 right now on paper on purpose. Again, I'm not holding my breath. The Falcons are going to be forced to give the Vikings a draft pick or an upgrade with one of the picks, like, say, swapping the Falcons 4th for one of the Vikings 5th. Probably not. But either way, it's really just funny to me. So not only did the Falcons give Kurt a $40 or $180 million deal with $100 million guaranteed, they potentially could lose draft picks. Now, again, since the Falcons CEO was head of the competition committee, could I just see like a large fine and no draft pick compensation? Maybe you're in double secret probation. Sure. It's probably what's going to happen. But again, it's just very, very funny to me. Just very, what an unforced error. But it is what it is for the tin pot Waffle House dictator. Anyways, your thoughts, our thoughts. Schefter, punishment for the Falcons and the Eagles for tampering could come as soon as this week, just like me. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.